Hello, best friend, and welcome back to my channel. Girl, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Listen, if this is the first time you're watching my channel, my name is Sebastian, and I welcome you guys with open arms. Girl, listen, I do tea videos every single day, so if you need a new messy best friend who's gonna spill the tea, give you all the messy tea, and just hang out with you and be real and be messy and just honestly, just say fuck it, who cares? You know, just be you. You know, grab your body and just let go of shit, man. That is what I'm gonna do. That is what I am letting go, honey. Let it go. Like that bitch Elsa said, bitch, I am letting go, okay? That was my chaotic intro of the day. Anyways, by the way, you guys, today at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going live to celebrate my birthday. So please join me. I would be so grateful. And that's Pacific Standard Time, bitch. Like California time. Google it. Just put like, what time is 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? Bitch, listen, I don't know about time zones. I recently just learned that there's a different time zone for New York. Don't come for me. Okay, so this is a highly requested video all the time. So I'm like, okay, girl, let me do this real quick because my messy best friends are nosy as fuck, just like me. So let's get into it. Of course, I'm talking about Hailey Bieber's social media impact, how it's going, what's going on. You know, is she buying the bots allegedly? You know, are people forgiving her? Now, listen, before I tell you this, I've definitely seen the Hailey Bieber like hate train calm down a lot, you know, or Hailey Bieber's PR team that consists of her 3 #1 fans, Myrtle, Rob, and Shirley. And I heard there's a 4th, but I don't know her name yet. So let me know the 4th. What should we call the 4th fan? Because now that things are turning for Hailey and people are like, you know, justice for Hailey. Girl, not me spitting on myself. I believe there is a 4th. I believe there's a 4th. But you know, they're also undercover. So they're undercover Selena Gomez fans, and they're just, you know, they're in Hailey Bieber's world to get tea, bring it back to Selena. But Selena's like, girl, I don't want to hear that shit. But you know, just keep her there for a little. Girl, what the fuck am I talking about, bitch? Anyways, let's look at this social media. Girl, I'm a mess. So we're gonna look at it from last Monday to today, today's Wednesday. Actually, it's only it's only available from Monday to Monday. So we're gonna do Monday to Monday. All right, here we go. Last Monday, for some reason, she lost 18,472 Instagram followers. Then 801, then 16,771 followed her. So 16,000 people all of a sudden followed Hailey Bieber. Okay, bots. Allegedly, my opinion. Then Thursday, 4,449 unfollowed. Then Friday, 3,903 followed. Then on Saturday, 11,151 people unfollowed her. And then Monday, this past Monday, they don't have Sundays, but Monday, 23,192 people followed her. You know what this is giving? This is giving like frantic. This is giving like she is up at like, you know, 4 a.m. checking her social media and saying like, girl, I need to buy more bots. And Justin is like, hey, Hailey, you have to stop buying so many bots. I'm seeing our account that like you're buying a lot of bots and it's really disturbing my vibe. And like, you know, I'm really trying to concentrate on my next album, Hailey, and you're not letting me. And then Hailey's like, hey, Justin, well, there's really nothing I can do about it. Like, I have to buy bots. Like, I can't let Selena win. Like, you would do the same if you were me. I'm trying my hardest. Like, I can't eat all the passion fruit because, listen, I'm gonna run out of passion fruit. And, like, the pictures are really not giving what they were supposed to. So please, Justin, just leave me alone about this, okay? Buy bots. Allegedly, my opinion, bitch. And then Justin is like, you're just not the vibe. I don't know, bitch. That's how I imagine they talk to each other. But, like, I could be so wrong, like, in their oversized, baggy 90s, you know, attire. But, girl, I'm just being shady. I'm not even sure that's the way they talk to each other. Look, not him going crazy. What was I going to say? Okay, so listen. I'm not sure if she's buying bots. You know, I'm not sure. But it's very frantic, the up and down and the all around. Like, you know, one day, you know, she loses 20-something thousand, then the next day, 5,000 automatic, and then the next day she loses 11, and then the next day 23,000. I'm just like, girl, listen, who is following Hailey Bieber? And I'm not even trying to be shady here. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm following her so I can give you guys tea, right? Listen, anyways, girl, what I have to say is the following, okay? Listen, Hailey Bieber, girl, appearance is not everything, boo, okay? You can roll around the beach all you want and, eating passion fruit, boo, but that's not going to help you sell any lip things or skincare on you. What's going to help you sell is if you stop being, the wannabe version of the Kardashian Jenners or Regina George, or try and be Hailey Bieber, because you are not Selena, and just find yourself, girl. Go have an eat, pray, love moment around the world. Go to France, eat some pasta, eat something, then go and do meditation. Go have a Mulan moment, where does my reflection show who I am inside? You know what I mean? Like, have a moment with yourself, girl. Who are you? That is what I would really want to see. Like, who is Hailey Baldwin, Bieber, Rose, Gomez, Hilton, Kardashian, Jenner? I don't know who the fuck you are. And listen, I don't think you know who you are either, girl. So you need to have a moment where you find yourself. You know what I mean? Let's find ourselves, right? Listen. The moment you go and find yourself and analyze and, put all the math together, do all the calculations, that is when you're going to finally realize that you didn't have to do all that extraness in order to get in the limelight. And I really, truly think in my heart that if you really tried your hardest and came out as a human being and spoke the truth, be frank, be real, be honest. I truly think that not everybody, but I think that a lot of people can be like, let me try and give her a chance. But I just don't think you're helping yourself. You said just, 3 weeks ago, Selena Gomez came out and saying that, you were getting, and now you're going to Coachella. For someone who is getting threats, going to Coachella, girl, I mean, the math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin', okay? Anyways, I'm not sure if these are bots or not, but like I say in every single video of mine, bots do not need skincare, lips. They do not need, skincare routines, get ready with me's. They don't do any of that shit, bitch. Okay, so hopefully they're not bots, and hopefully you are turning people over on your side. But until you really get real and you really find out who you are and stop copying everyone else and think that you can get famous by going after people, girl, that is a day that people will start taking you seriously, girl. Okay. Anyways, listen, I am well aware that you guys have wanted a story time from me. I have not given one in a while. So I thought, why not give you guys a story time? If you are new to my channel, I sprinkle in funny, dating disaster story time. So I thought I would give you guys one. So all right, so another dating disaster. I was on vacation where my family lives, and I met this older gentleman. I've always had a thing for daddies, okay? I've always had a thing for older guys. Listen. I was about 17 years old, I will say. So, trigger warning on that. I was definitely 17, and I met this guy, and I was in Colombia. And in Colombia, you can drink since you're like probably 15. Nobody really cares. But anyways, I was visiting my family, and I met this older guy, and I met him like at a bar. And we, I'm giving you guys like this is a very long story, and maybe I'll share it with you guys, but I'm giving you kind of like the shorter version, because there's parts in it that kind of trigger me sometimes. So I'm just gonna give you guys like the funny bits, and then I'll add the weird ending. But anyways, met this guy at a bar. I was 17, I was going on 18, and he honestly must have been like 30, like late 30s. He never asked me my age, but I did lie, and I said that I was 19. And we hit it off. He was very, very good looking, and I liked the fact that he was so into me, right? And he was visiting. He was from Europe. So he lived in Spain, but his roots were somewhere else. He was like Middle Eastern, but he lived in Spain as well. And I have another story of another guy from London, but okay, I'll share that another time. But anyways, we met instant, flirtation, instant everything. And girl, not everything, don't get it twisted. But anyways, so we had this moment where, we saw each other at the club. He bought me a couple of drinks and we just walked around until like 6, 7 a.m., you guys. We talked and talked and talked. And in no way in those hours did anyone talk about their sexuality. All he ever mentioned was, I really enjoyed talking to you and you have beautiful eyes. So, after a while, I'm like, damn, I mean, you're not even giving me a hug. Like, hello, like, what's happening? And we weren't talking about everything, but he did mention, like, ex-girlfriends and ex-girlfriends and ex-fiance and this and that. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's bi, whatever. And so we start heading back, and it's like, 6, 7 a.m., and I gotta go home, bitch. So I tell him I'm gonna go home, blah, blah. So we make plans to see each other later that day, and he takes me out to lunch or / dinner. We meet around like 7. And I'm getting like so excited to see him, and I'm just sort of like over the moon with him. Like I'm like singing and humming while I'm in the shower and all these things. And when I met him again the next day, we went to this lunch, and I noticed that his attitude shifted a little bit. And I noticed that the kind of that charming guy was gone, and he was a little bit more serious and a little bit more like arrogant, and also very like dry, if that makes sense. He was just very like, I would ask him a question, he would answer it. That's it. Anyways, so he tells me in the dinner that he said, I need to talk to you about something. I said, yes. And he said, I'm sorry, I'm not really sure about your situation. I said, what situation? And he said, I'm not sure if you're gay or not, but, I'm sorry if I led you on. And I'm like looking, and I'm like, say what now? And he goes, yeah, I can tell when you saw me, you got very happy, and you gave me a very, very big hug, which I did. I got very happy to see him, and I gave him a very big fucking hug. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. And he said, I'm not gay. And I think I made it very clear last night. And I was like, oh my God, Sebastian, like maybe you were so fucking drunk that you thought this man was flirting with you this whole time. But, and then I was like, the first thing I said, but you said I had beautiful eyes and that you love talking to me. Like that. I said like that. And he goes, yeah, I can't say you have beautiful eyes. So I was like, and I apologized. I said, look, I'm so sorry. Plus, listen, I'm only 17 years old. I'm trying to figure things out. I'm not trying to figure out my sexuality. I'm trying to figure out how to date, right? And so I'm like, I'm so sorry. I think I got way too, I got a little too drunk last night, and I really took it the wrong way. I'm so sorry. So we proceeded to have the lunch / dinner, and I noticed that, when he started drinking a little bit, we ordered some wine. We started drinking a little bit and drinking. And I started seeing him kind of get out of his shell again, right? And I wasn't drinking that much because I was super hungover. Plus, I didn't want to make a fool out of myself, that night. So I was kind of observing him, and he kept ordering and ordering and ordering. And the more time that we spent there, the more drinks, he started getting closer and closer and closer, the booth together to me. And I started thinking, like, what is happening now? So all of a sudden, he puts his hand on my lap and says, you have the most gorgeous eyes. And I said, you're doing that thing again. That's what confuses me. And then he lets out this like laughter, and he starts saying, don't pay attention to him. Don't pay attention to him. Pay attention to who? I'm looking at who am I not paying attention to? Don't pay attention to him. I'm the one you want to talk to now. And I said, I said, I don't understand, sir. Like, I was just like, girl, I don't get it. And he was like, listen, don't, and he kept on referring to himself as a third person, saying, don't pay attention to him. He doesn't know anything. I'm the one who is interested. And, he'll come around eventually. I said, I said, are you talking about like you right now? And he goes, I'm talking about, you know, the other guy you were with earlier. And I said, and I really thought to myself, I said, Sebastian, you're going, like, this is it, you're going crazy. And I said, I'm so sorry, I don't get it. Back then, you have to understand also, like, I didn't really know about mental health. I didn't know about, you know, multiple personalities. I didn't know about any of these things, you know. I was just very, like, you know, I'm just really starting my life as well, starting to drink, starting to, you know, go on dates and stuff. And mind you, you know, this is nobody's business, but I was still a virgin. So, you know, I was very, you know, I was very, I was a late bloomer, if you will. So going on this day was like a big thing for me, right? Anyways, he proceeded to keep on talking about himself as a third person and telling me that, you know, he just is always so bored when he has to hear the other guy talk, and he's just always so annoyed when he's the center of attention, but that this is the one that, like, now that I'm here, I can, you know, I'm the party animal. And he started like really caressing my leg, and he said, the other guy won't give you what I can give you. Like, I'm not kidding. I started getting a little bit like scared, and I was just like, you know, because I said, are you drunk? Like, I was like, are you drunk? And he's like, no, I'm just being me. And I said, I know, but like, I think you're being more than one of you. Like, that's what I said to him. And you know, I was like, I think you need to stop drinking, I said. And, you know, he started getting like, you know, a little antsy and laughing and stressed, but not stressed, but happy, like all of these different emotions. And then he said, you know, why don't we like take advantage that I'm here and come with me to my hotel room, because I can give you what he can. And I said, you know, that's when I said, I gotta go. So I was like, you know what? I'd love to go with you before he comes here, but I gotta go now. So I was leaving, and you know, I said, thank you so much for dinner, you guys. Like, I was very like, I didn't know, because he kept thinking, like, he kept talking like like his other self was there, like a physical person, like it was two people there. That's how he talked about it. And he'd look, and he would look at the no one, then look at me, and curse him out because he was boring. Like, it was like this whole thing, you guys. And now that I look at it, I'm pretty sure, you know, he had, you know, multiple personalities. I think that alcohol maybe triggered a medication or something in his mind. And, you know, I got out of there super quick. So, you know, I had to tell my mom, because I was like, I don't know what's happening. And I told her, and she said to me, she goes, I think first of all, you know, he's super older than you. You should not be going. She cursed the shit out of me. That's number one. And number two, you know, she said, you know, he has, you know, multiple personalities. He you know, he has, you know, that. So I obviously, you know, I'd given my cell phone number, and he was calling and calling and calling. And then I literally, months passed and never heard from him again. Like, I was, you know, I forgot about him, like whatever. And I received this one message, which you know, I was very surprised and very happy to see, but I was also very like, poor guy. And he said that he actually had like a psychotic break. I don't really know the words he used, but he said he had like a break in his system, and that he got help, and that he's on the right medication, and he actually wanted to apologize, because he's also sober, you know, so he's doing the steps. And he said, I really wanted to apologize because I made you feel very uncomfortable. So, you know, he did get help, which is wonderful. But I mean, in that moment, when you're only, you know, you're sitting with someone, and this is happening, you want to be respectful, you want to be understanding. But I was 17, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Now I think I would be able to handle things a lot different, obviously, because I know more about disorders, I know about mental health, I know about, you know, how to help someone, you know, who obviously is going through some kind of break. So that was my story. You know, it's one of those things where I just, you know, it just makes me wonder that it really is scary what mental health can do. And you know, I definitely learned my lesson then. I I think I would definitely do things a lot different now. So I hope he's well. I hope he's great. I hope also, you know, what really saddened me was that he had this it was not only like multiple personalities or whatever it was that he had, it was also this like this confusion with his sexuality because um that his other self was straight, he was, and then drinking guy was gay, and he would be homophobic in as the other one because he was not agreeing with the gays, and then when he was the drinking guy, he was cursing the other guy for being homophobic. Like, it was this whole thing. So I hope he got clarity, at least also with his sexuality. So anyways, that's one of my dating disaster stories. But you know, at the end of the day, I feel for the guy, and you know, I hope that he's well. So anyways, that's just one of many. The next story time I'm going to tell you is when I dated a guy who wanted me to transition into a woman. So I'll tell you about that in the other story. And yeah, I mean, I love you all so much. This is what you get when you have a messy best friend. You have messy story times. So anyways, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.